Oof.
Okay, he's
Okay,
with us.
so he can come back. That's good.
Should we put it off, or should we just start now?
I don't care either way.
Hey, I'm Llytic. Tom?
What?
I've never had a bot break on me like this.
Neither have I. What the hell just happened? Are you going
Perhaps
to
this is...
yourself, Tom?
What? I didn't hear your introduction, but I'll introduce myself.
My introduction.
Yeah, it's Tom.
Did no one hear my introduction?
Nope.
I'm Llytic.
It showed that you were making sound, but it's like, I don't know.
Hey there, my name's Llytic.
I'm Tom.
And I'm Broken Craigbot.
Please
Losing
send
my
help.
mind. We're back at it again with my inner life. Sorry about the ending of last episode and that there was no ending because Craigbot broke.
Yeah,
Even
well,
the robots.
I think it was Craig just kind of saying, yeah, we shouldn't be reading this.
No water sports on my bot, please. All right.
Thank you, Deadbot. That made me happy.
What do you call cheese that isn't yours? Nacho,
Nacho
cheese. All right, let's get through this fucking ritual. Where were we left off again?
Then I started getting aroused, I think.
Then I felt him getting aroused.
Yeah,
then I felt...
I think it was your line, Zane.
It was.
I'll do it. I'll do
Nah,
it
man,
for
I
you.
got it. It's fine.
Okay.
Then I felt him getting aroused. Felt how much he wanted it. Strong, intense feelings raced through my body, raced through my bones. My body shook as sweat began to form. And then I felt myself getting hotter. Felt myself wanting him more and more. I wanted him. Needed him. I wanted to feel him inside of me.
You technically
My
have
body-
been talking about you feeling him inside you.
My body quivered and shook as his hand slowly went down, first on my thighs, then between my legs. Then I cried out in ecstasy as his fingers worked against my clitoris.
Turns
It
out he
felt
forgot to trim his...
so
Turns out he
good.
forgot to trim his nails.
Felt so intense, especially as he scratched my clitty,
Oh God!
arched
Ow.
my back, and cried out in a loud animal-like cries as his fingers reached the entrance and slid deep inside. Oh my goddess, Link. More baby Link. There's supposed to be some, like, ellipses there or whatever they're called, but no thanks. I screamed in pure ecstasy as his gentle, steady thrust made my legs quake.
And please never use the phrase "baby" again.
Then
I felt myself starting to climax
hate
as his fingers thrust deeper thrust deeper, upping the movement. My body shuddered from the immense feelings that raged through it. Fuck. I grabbed onto the ground, my nails digging into the dirt as Link's fingers made my body scream in eternal bliss. I cried out as the surges came in raging pulses, and my body withered under his touch. I don't think that's healthy. I began to twist violently as the surges of pure ecstasy came in closer beats. Then when Link hit the right spot, I let out a cat-like cry. I screamed as I reached my peak and gushed down his head. Panting, I got up and looked at him. My lips parted to say something, but I placed a finger on them. Oh, his lips. Whoops. I shook my finger, then moved it away as he gently laid me down.
Then he climbed on top of me, and I felt his entrance. Slowly, he penetrated my body, and cries of eternal bliss escaped past my lips. As he moved inside me, my hips bucked up against his as we began to find a rhythm. Slowly at first, then began to thrust deeper up in the movements. As we made hot love, I felt his bodies merge, felt our hearts beating in unison, our minds became one, and our souls connected. I heard every thoughts of love and passion, and I knew how I was making him feel. As he penetrated deeper inside me, it felt like nothing I had ever felt before. Then I started to call out his name in between cries of passion, and his breathing became faster. I felt his hot breath on my neck as he worked his lips there. With each thrust, strong pulses of pure ecstasy raced through me. I bucked up against him, forcing him deeper inside me.
Oh, my noodles already. Wait, shit. My bad. Our hips swiveled in unison as our
freezing.
bodies... What? As our bodies moved against each other, my body started convulsing as I felt myself starting to climax.
I don't
Then
think you're
his
supposed
thrust
to have a
came in
seizure during
faster
sex.
and faster beats as he started to climax. Our cries filled the air as we both came to our peaks. Then he delivered the final thrust as he started to release his warmth inside me. Let out a loud animal-like cry, like this. Alright, shit, I made me lose my.
I'm not
I lost my
gonna join
spot because of that. Shit. Wow, I'm
I'm just
retarded.
going to look up more pictures of Hellhound to lessen the pain.
I think I'm here.
Delivered the hot liquid, I think.
As he delivered the hot liquid deep down inside my inner sanctum. Ooh boy. Then a strong feeling surged through my body. A feeling so intense that I screamed out Link's name as I peaked, then had huge orgasm. It felt so good that I never wanted it to end. The feeling was so intense. We wanted to keep going. We wanted to keep feeling the intensity of our lovemaking.
I don't. I'd rather not.
I want to kill both of them at the moment.
Exhausted, I screamed as I tried to find my strength to go on. I clawed into Link's back as I bucked against him. Considering the fact that I'm pretty sure she is, in fact, a Jinko. Ow! Those are actual claws. Sweat rolled down our bodies as we fought to climax a second time. I ran my now sweaty hands up and down his back, digging my nails into his skin as I pushed up against him. Link, too, fought to reach a second peak, fighting with what strength he had left. He thrust himself deeper inside my sweaty body, pushing to climax a second time. He screamed, cursing to find the strength in his thrusts as his thrust came in faster beats. His hands grabbed down my sides as he tried to steady himself. Then I found the strength leaving my body. Fighting for the strength, I screamed out in loud cat cries as I turned tigress.
What?
This is what I was talking about. I forced my trembling body up against him, desperately trying to reach a second peak. I pushed my claw deeper into his back as I cried out like a tiger in heat. My back arched as I pushed in unison with his thrusts. See, this is why. That shit is why. That is why I was thinking that.
All I'm thinking is for the tiger from Kung Fu Panda.
Oh, God.
All I'm thinking is I want a flamethrower.
One from the one voiced by Angelina Jolie.
Tigress or whatever she is.
Yeah,
yes, Tigress.
Alright.
Then I felt myself starting to climax again. I cried out to Link, grunting like a female tiger to urge him on. Cat-like sounds escaped past his lips. So then I felt him beginning to climax again. We thrust against each other, our bodies trembling while crying like tigers, mating as we came to full climax and exploded together one last time.
He died.
I hope it was spontaneous combustion. That would have been great. With one last gasp, we fell to the ground, painting. Our bodies exhausted and dripping with sweat. I laid against his tired body as I tried to catch my breath. We just laid there a while, shivering, trying to regain our strength. I looked into Link's eyes as I heard him in my mind telling me that he enjoyed the experience. I love you, I said to him telepathically. Then I leaned over and gently placed little kisses on his cheek while he held me in his sweaty arms. Finally, I felt complete with him. We were now completed as one.
A short time later, the head monk returned to check on us. More like he was watching and he knew we were finished. We told him we were done, and he checked to see if we completed the requirements. Satisfied that we did meet the requirements, he told us the sexual bonding was complete. We were led back to the monastery and given robes to put on. He then informed us of the rules of the bonded couple. First, we were told that a bond between a couple is sacred and special, blah, 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 runs deeper than vows made of the maid, blah, blah, blah. Since we are now a blah, blah couple, we had to understand that we were connected in a sacred way. It's a bond that can never be broken, even after death, blah, blah. We should treasure the bond we share, and we remember this is the faith that brought us together, blah, blah.
So basically, they're not allowed to divorce. Catholicism all over again. He called out to his two servants and had them bring him something. It was the holy marital aid.
Oh boy.
It was going inside me. After they returned, I was told to hold out my left hand. The two monks fastened a 5 bondage bracelet around my wrist. The bracelet had a colored heart pattern. The chain that held on, that led from the bracelet ran up. In the middle was a smaller colored heart charm. The chain split into two at the top of the heart charm and attached to my ring and index fingers. The colors of each part of the bracelet matched. There was one small blue heart and two red hearts and two more blue hearts. God, this is hurting me to read. The smaller charm also had the same pattern. Each of the monks attached 6 bondage earrings to Link's long pointed ears.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that because of that, my immediate thought was that there were 6 earrings attached to his ears?
Go big or go home, man.
I noticed as they were putting them on, the earrings also had the same color pattern as my bracelet. One blue earring was attached to the top of his left ear. So an earring at like the tip of his ear.
Why?
That sounds like it would look good.
That-
2 red earrings at the lobe of his left ear and 2 blue earrings at the lobe of his right ear. I'm hoping these are studs, otherwise it's going to look terrible.
Yeah.
You don't want something hanging off the very top of your ear.
Mm-hmm.
Put
After the
bars
earrings were
through
attached to Link's ears, we were told that as a rule of a bonded couple, we were never to remove the jewelry.
That
That's
ain't
like
unhealthy.
a curse, man.
That's very unhealthy.
They were to symbolize that we were a bonded couple, though the bracelet and earrings were put on so bare hands could not remove them. The head monk also explained that helps prevent adultery. When a couple completes the bonding ceremony, they must adhere to the rules. Adhere. Adhere.
It is the most yandere fucking bonding ceremony ever.
Fucking unhealthy.
Just-
This is what I'd expect from like like the fucking dude in Old Fashioned.
You can never take these off. They're ours forever. If you have sex with anyone, those earrings are gonna pin your ears so hard they'll bleed and rip through them.
Oh God.
Anyways, first, 7. The man was not allowed to be alone with a bonded or non-bonded female unless his mate is present.
That's not unhealthy.
Second, the woman was allowed to be alone with a bonded or non-bonded male unless her mate is present.
That's not unhealthy.
Third, when visiting the other bonded couples, both males on both sides must be present. Only exceptions: a
Both
bonded male
mate.
can visit with another bonded or non-bonded males without his mate present. A bonded female can visit another bonded or non-bonded female without his mate present. A bonded male, blah, fucking shit. This is all bonds with mates present. A bonded female or female male can visit with family without their mates present. And a bonded male or female can visit with higher authority, such as the king, without their mates present.
So
How
fucking
convenient.
unhealthy.
This is very unhealthy. No wonder people had very big problems with this.
Oh
This is-
God.
This is just
I-
making me angry, and
I
that
feel clean. Like I need. Oh God. I just need to like scrub away all just all of what I'm calling my skin right now.
just freaking.
Violation of these rules might result in serious consequences. The head monk said violators were looked down upon. Well, I'd hope people who violate things were looked down upon. I mean, you shouldn't be violating people. Oh wait, that's not what she meant. Adultery was a serious offense. This just so screams out like clingy and needy and like insecure and And anyone committing adultery would face serious charges, and you may not know who is watching you. He said people from the monastery. Is that spelled right?
Monastery. It's with an A. She's spelling it wrong this entire
Oh,
time.
God. Visit Hyrule and other parts of the world. So you may never know when someone from the monastery is watching you. They are
Like Santa Claus.
That's terrifying.
They are taught how to tell bonded couples apart.
That's why the jewelry can't be taken off,
Feels
so they can tell easily.
This, this took a turn to like freaking cult levels of shit.
Let me guess. Another one of the stipulations is that before they were married, they had to both be virgins. That'd be just
That'll be
as
hard for
unhealthy.
me.
That'd be
Even
just
thought there was a lot of rules to follow. I was glad to be. Thing he his.
Oh, you're cutting out. You're cutting out.
Even thought there were a lot of rules to follow. I was able to be bonded to Link. He meant everything to me, and having so many rules meant nothing. He was mine, and I was his.
So,
Do they break their bonds in the story?
no, unfortunately. But
Damn
seriously, it's the whole thing of, oh, well, now you can never be alone in the room with another man. That's not unhealthy.
That's just
You're at the store, and there's only the like grocery shopper in there, but you can't shop because it's a dude.
It's closing time. He's closing up, but you have to get like some last minute shit. But you can't go in.
He just walks up to the door and locks it in front of you. Not
you
aware
just
if you're
stand there, just staring at him. Just
He's just like, why the fuck is this bitch staring at me?
Next thing you know, she's like, "Get out of the store now."
Oh god, this is old fashioned.
After
Get out of
the
your
head
apartment
monk,
so I can fix your fridge.
after the head monk finished explaining what we needed to know about his cult, we were told we could leave, implying that they were keeping us here against our will. He had our horses brought to the front, and we were escorted to the front gate. We mounted the horses and headed home.
When we arrived back home, Lily and Navi were out front to greet us. Lily came over to me after I dismounted. Also, I'm pretty sure Lily was spelled earlier with one L. Like L-I-L.
it was two L's.
Was it two L's at the end?
That's been consistent. At least she has consistency. The author,
Okay.
I mean.
How did it go?
Lily asked.
That bracelet on your wrist sure is beautiful.
Lily smiled. How? How did she smile? As she looked at the bracelet.
I think we agreed it was like God in Full Metal Alchemist.
Yes, but how? Oh, right.
Oh,
right.
dear Lord.
Shit. Where was I? I loved it, Lily.
Lily smiled as she looked at the bracelet.
Yeah, no, I read that. I loved it, Lily. I felt closer to Link now than I did before. No, than I did before. Whatever the fuck that means. We are now part of each other. Yeah, that's not unhealthy. I said as Lily smiled at me and winked. The bracelet is a symbol of our bonding. It is to show that we are connected. I said as I smiled at her. Lily flew around my head and then flew over to my hand and looked at the bracelet more closely.
What is that color pattern? Oh, what is with the color pattern? The same pattern appears on both charms.
Oh, God. I am actually pressing on my trachea to do that voice.
Ouch.
Good for you.
She said as she looked the bracelet over. The color represents that I am Link's mate and vice versa. Who the fuck uses the word mate?
Jenna, apparently.
Starkit does.
What did Link get?
Lily asked. He got earrings with the same color pattern as my bracelet. Then Lily flew over to Link to see his earrings, and Navi came over to see me. She looked at my bracelet and then smiled at me somehow. She gave me a wink somehow before we all went to the house. Whoops.
I just realized something.
What?
Jenna got the shitty side of this deal. She has to have something stuck to her arm forever, but Link only has earrings.
Well, that's also the whole thing is like, even with the earrings, that's kind of shit. Because have you ever slept with earrings in?
No, because I don't have earrings.
Same.
Fucking painful. It's never a good
Does it
idea.
hurt?
Well, it especially does if you lie on the side of your head.
Yeah.
Ah.
That's the whole thing. You're supposed to take them out before you sleep. One, so that you don't end up, so that you can act, as well as when you bathe, so that you could clean out your ear holes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Just everything
So this
about
is
the
stupid.
story is
It's
just
insecure. It's unhealthy, and it's unsanitary.
yeah.
Yeah.
Link and I went to go bathe together while Navi and Lily ushered horses to the stable. After we bathed each other and got dressed, we went downstairs to relax for the evening. We decided that since it was cool out, we were going to sit outside on the porch swing and enjoy the night together. Link and I sat down on the swing and I cuddled into his arms. Navi and Lily floated by our heads. It was so peaceful out, the air fresh and clean. Sweet smells of past spring still lingered in the fall air, and the sounds of the crickets filled the night air. Their soft chirping lulled me to sleep in Link's arms. You see, okay, she has okay prose in some cases. Like this is an okay scene the way they painted it. Aside from the fact that Link and Jenna are in it, but just I don't.
What the?
I don't.
Good news.
Fucking
Next
hell.
chapter shorter.
Chapter's small.
Good. Wait,
Well,
no,
just
not
look,
good.
It's two
I mean-
paragraphs.
Yeah, I know,
And
but
it's
that
called
just
A
means we're
Few
gonna have
Loose Ends.
Spent the next few weeks adding to our farm. Link started out by bringing home cuckoos and a rooster. Then I got 2 milk cows.
And then I made the
Are they-
mistake of hitting one with one of my weapons.
The milk cows?
Oh, the cuckoos.
know,
A
I'm
pig
gonna
and
have-
horse sheep.
I'm
What?
gonna have to make a point to travel the multiverse to see if I can bring a cuckoo home. That's a more effective weapon than a shotgun.
You just beat it until its friends show up.
Now, I think
even the
in some-
chickens just universally just tear through the universe to get to their hurt friend.
In
Because
Breath
you
of the
brought
Wild,
one with you, so the rest just appear out of nowhere.
yeah, pretty
in
much.
Breath of the Wild, they'll also do that for your enemies too. So if you end
Yeah,
up
exactly.
beating-
I want to go specifically to the Breath of the Wild timeline, get one of those from there, and bring it here. And make it to where it's completely annoying. So if someone invades my house, they hit the chicken, then the chicken or the cuckoo brings in its friends and just tears the thing apart.
I don't know why, but I'm imagining how the Kula fights in Monster Hunter World. Imagine
I
that,
think
but
so,
instead
yeah.
of holding a rock, it's holding a cuckoo.
Yes.
Like to block. Like they go to hit you, you just block with the cuckoo, and you keep doing that until the others show up.
Yep.
You just have it in your hands like a fucking soccer ball.
Yeah.
Football. Basketball. What the fuck?
With a type of ball that doesn't really matter since it's getting the idea across. Anyways, Link surprised me when he came home one day with a beautiful black stallion. Since we have
Its name was Frank.
Since we have a special connection with the royal family, the king himself had that horse bred especially for us.
Of course he
They already
did.
have 2 horses. They don't need more, right?
Yeah, they don't.
I mean, horses are effective lawnmowers.
Yeah.
Touche. We decided since the stallion, whom we named Midnight Star, god damn it. I'm calling him Frank. I don't care.
Frank.
His
I
name
like
is
the name
Frank.
Frank.
Frank
Was such a
Stallone.
strong horse, we were going to breed him with Epona to make
Brad.
Francona.
They were going to
Bred
bred
them for
him
the
with
first
Epona.
time just before mating season was about to end.
Just so you know, Epona's basically going to be out of the entirety of the story now because of the fact that they are now constantly pregnant with foals. Not kidding.
Huh.
It was perfect timing. I had 7 more months until I was to give birth. The colt would be born not long after. What?
Be not too long after.
Horse gestations are not around 9 months.
Yeah, it's
They are
longer.
Much longer.
Mm-hmm.
After I was to have my firstborn, I knew each colt that was born would be strong and healthy. Not because of Epona, that weak bitch, but because of Frank Stallone. That stallion. Perfect for each child that Link and I we're going to have. Whoops. Okay. I heard a noise. Okay, nothing happened. Thank God. After we got all the animals that we needed, I started a garden. I was going to grow a lot of food we were going to eat, though some of the meats and fruits were provided to us by the king. Really? I grew most of the
Must be
vegetables
helpful to know a monarch.
Yeah, I guess so. Nepotism, am I right? I grew most of the vegetables that were going to be used in meals. Each and every day I would tend to my garden. It was my pride and joy, next to being Yes, just continue setting women back years,
Just freaking
decades. Keeping it up was tough but fun.
All right, that was a quick chapter.
Separation.
Oh yes, the next one's quick too.
Is it?
Yes, so that just
Oh,
means
boy.
we get to read more chapters.
That means we get.
One
to
day
finish
I was Yeah.
Overall,
One day I was visiting with Princess Zelda at the castle when she got word from her father that a war had started in one of our allied lands. There are more lands other than Hyrule?
well, yeah, you'd expect that, but
I mean, but it's never shown.
wait, Wind Waker. There was that, like, it takes place in an ocean.
Oh, yeah, freaking Wind Waker.
So yeah, some of the games do take place outside of Hyrule.
True. I loved Wind Waker. It was amazing.
I've only ever played Breath of the Wild. I need to catch up.
Breath of the Wild is pretty good. It's basically the Dark Souls of the Zelda franchise. Dark Souls is also another really good series.
I'm gonna get it on the
fun.
Switch.
Yeah, I'm getting the remaster version, but I have an Xbox. I can't get it on the Switch because I want to get a Switch, but
I remember, is Binding of Isaac available on the Switch?
I think it is.
so, honestly.
I find that hilarious. That's like whenever. That's like when Bayonetta got added to Smash. Like
Solaire to Smash. I really hope he becomes a member for Smash. I mean, they're coming out with a Solaire, so I want him to be in the part of the new Smash. That would be great.
Add Isaac to Smash.
Yeah, I haven't seen all that much of the Binding of Isaac, but
His final smash is just like launching brimstone out of his eyes.
Yeah, anyway. The king decided to send in some of his knights, and send in was Lynx.
My face turned white as and knew that affairs like these could keep the men away for months.
Oh God.
Even farther back she's going every time she speaks.
There are
Since he was the captain.
warriors in Hyrule.
Yeah, that's but
There would be women
Impa.
in the army.
Impa is Impa.
Just
There
sent
are
the entire Gerudo civilization out to war.
There would be women in the army.
Yeah,
Also, I just remembered one of the Gerudo quotes from Breath of the Wild. He said he wouldn't date women that were too tall. Is 8 feet really too tall?
I don't think so.
I
have
did
no
a
problem
Gerudo
with
that
8
tall. Damn, I'd go for like 10 feet. I don't care.
Well,
This got weird.
There's nothing weird about 10 feet tall people. Anyways, since he was the captain of the he had to go. When Princess Zelda saw how upset I was, she tried to comfort me, but it couldn't help because I was bonded to Link, and Link alone might miss the birth of our first child.
Die.
no, because that's not a concern.
No, yeah, true.
He'd just restart or whatever. When I explained my concerns to her, she told me that in the event that I was to give birth before Link was to return home, her father would have him brought home, and his entire legion would be killed because of it. Yeah. After told me that, I started to feel a little better, but it was the separation that was bothering me. I couldn't live without staring into his back 30 minutes a day. I knew that spending such a great amount of time apart would be hard, even though I drank his piss and we were supposed to be bonded. I didn't want to get lonely. We had been together for 5 months and married for 2, and never. Wait.
Hey, whoa! What?
We've been together for 5 months and married for 2.
Oh,
she was 2 months into pregnancy, so she fucked right when they got married.
It was a shotgun wedding.
No. Pregnancy was probably caused by the honeymoon sex.
Yeah. Spent this much time apart with this long separation period stressed me out. I thought to myself, when I got home, I was mopey like some bitch. I knew Link would have to leave soon, and I was going to miss him. I wish that he did not have to leave. Inobi.
Maiko?
You know, I never thought I would want to be reading My Immortal.
At least the My Immortal didn't have a water sports.
Yeah. When we came home, he delivered the bad news. He told me he was going to have to leave in the morning. As I looked into his eyes, tears began to stream down my face. I did not know how I was going to cope without that sweet ass.
Just use alcohol.
I went into his arms and cried into his chest.
Link gently rocked me in his arms as I cried. He told me that he will be as soon as the war was over. Wars can last for years.
Yeah,
He also said he would write as often as possible. Though the one thing that sacred me was that something would happen to him and he would not return home to me. Oh, now you're concerned. I expressed my concerns to him. Hey, I do not want our baby to grow up without a father, I said. Oh, nope, never mind. Nope, she's not worried about the personal well-being of Link. She's just worried about her child. It's freaking... Yeah. Said, choking in between tears. I mean, that's honorable to think about your kid, but just, you gotta care about the guy, too. Like, seriously. Yeah. Oh, wait, no. Link is just basically a living sex doll in this whole thing.
Pretty much.
Do you remember the stories of my battle with Do you remember the stories of my battle with Ganondorf? More like Ganon Dork, Link asked. I nodded yes. I survived that. I'm standing here as living proof. And the war cannot be worse than battling the King of Evil himself. I'm a survivor. I will survive. With those
Link comes
words,
home like 3 years later with PTSD.
That would actually be a good twist in this stupid story.
Yes, it would.
With those words, I looked deeply into his eyes and saw the determination in them. Jenna, my love, I will return to you. Love will guide me back, he said as he...
Your need for vagina fills you with determination.
He said as his eyes flickered with love, and I knew that... Want, he said.
What? What?
He meant want, he said.
I'm laughing.
Okay. You're cutting out.
He took his hand and brushed away my tears. Then he bent his head down and kissed me. A mix of emotions raced through my mind. Some sad, some happy, and some with fear.
Oh god, the plot of Inside Out, but inside her head.
I felt like the world was crashing down on me. Like all the bad things were happening at once.
It's because this only affects you.
Though as I looked into his eyes, I could tell that within my own heart, love will bring him back home. I actually might be getting sick. Holy.
This is not bad.
I told you, I hate the flowery language in this.
That's why the sex
scenes I can't English well.
That's why the sex scenes are kind of a relief, because this language in them is so stupid.
Yeah.
Also, I have been putting several therapy hellhound. Whoa, what was that?
That was one of my therapeutic pictures.
I was gonna say I've been putting several therapy hellhound pictures.
Yeah, I put a picture of a kitten.
That last one is one of my favorite,
cat, and it's so cute.
That last hellhound though is one of my favorite pictures.
Yeah, the one above was great. I love it.
Cute. Hellhound best girl. Ooh, what we got? Oh my god!
I need some therapy too, sorry.
No, it's just perfectly fine, man. You do
you.
you.
Put in the book cover I found. This is a thing that's available on Amazon that I just found out about because I have been looking up pictures of hellhounds.
Oh my god.
I'm really confused by that title because you do not dominate a hellhound.
Yeah, this dude looks like he's trying to smash a female one or something. This isn't like some demon kind of deal. Like this looks like somebody's fantasy of actually legit pounding a hellhound from the Monster Wiki.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Look at those lipstick lips. That's what that's convincing me of.
That's actually that's a pretty well done cosplay, honestly, from what I can see.
I don't know how to feel about this.
All right. Just then, Navi came flying into the room and saw I was crying. She flew over to me concerned. Jin! Link! Where's Lily? And are you okay? I looked at the blue fairy and tears, began to stream down my face again. It's always just full-on crying. It's never welling up in your eyes, is it? War has started in one of our allied lands, and the king has decided to send in knights. Link's Legion is one of them. I began to choke on my tears as I held Link tightly. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. That is bad news. But you remember Ganondorf, right? I nodded yes. Oh, he put Link through a lot worse than this, and he's still here.
Somehow.
He loves you, and he will come back to us. He is going to be a father, and that will not keep him away for long. That's how that works. Yeah, just continue spouting that rhetoric that's going to just cause more pain later on. Navi flew in front of me, and her blue aura grew brighter. Her aura was always calming.
I was thinking this would turn into Hyrule Warriors kind of thing. He just like run up on the army and just like kill everything.
That would be awesome. Also, Impa is in Hyrule Warriors, and she is the best warrior because she has a big fucking sword.
She has a big fucking sword.
Yeah.
Also, you
Hold
cut
on.
out there. Oh, god damn it, why?
What?
I know what that's supposed to be. That's not a spoon. Tom? Tom?
Hold on. I'll be there in a sec. I was looking that. There. I looked into Link's eyes. His eyes were as beautiful and as sexy as ever, still like deep blue pools of water. I just laid against his chest and enjoyed what time we had left. I did not know how long it was going to be before I was going to see him again, because I had cancer. I thought to myself, he loves me. Love will guide him back home to me, and that is all I need to remember. I hope he dies.
That's not how that works.
Wait, shit. Is it my turn or
Yes. Next
what's
chapter.
happening?
The reunion.
Next chapter.
The
Yep.
reunion.
Some time had passed since Link left. He left me his dirty underwear to keep me company with the King's Knights. He kept in touch via letters by carrier pigeon that was one day shot down, and I never heard from him again. In one of his last letters, see, the pigeon died, he said that there was talk of a peace treaty, and if that helped, the war would end and he would be coming home.
The
Pass the
3
time.
months war.
Yep. Past the time, I either spend my time at the castle with Zelda or in Kokiri village with Saria. Sorry, she still makes me sick. And when it was too much to bear, I spent those days in my garden, tending to the farm. Most of the time passed easily, but there was days where I really missed him, so I let the horse fuck me instead. I was always waiting for his next letter.
What is this, Mr. Hands? Jesus. Right. And one day, about 4 or 5 months later, a message came in from Link about how the peace treaty passed. Shortest war ever.
No, there was a 6-day war.
Well, that doesn't count. The 6-day
It
war.
totally does.
The war was over and he would be coming home soon. I started to cry tears of happiness. Link was finally coming home, and that was the only thing that ever mattered. I missed him so much. My husband was returning to me like he said, and there was nothing more important than that. Clearly. Lily and Navi had come to make their routine check on me. Wait. A person who is now, judging by the time, 7 months pregnant, has only been being helped out by fairies.
Mm-hmm.
It seems irresponsible.
Situation normal.
Let's see. When they came, I told them the good news. They were happy to hear Link was coming home. I was glad that Lily and Navi were here. I'm not sure why. I wouldn't have known what to do without them. They always made things brighter because they are literally balls of light, and even helped the time go faster. Even on days when I got emotional for missing Link, because I'm a woman. Seriously, that's how this has been going on so far. They helped the sadness go away.
Though it was hard sleeping alone, waking up and finding Link's side of the bed empty, at least I had Lily and Navi to help me through it. I don't.
At least you only had one sentence.
Russ told that it was going to be about a week before the Knights were to so the war was pointless.
Pretty much.
We returned to Hyrule. I could hardly wait. It was summer. I was now 9 months pregnant and to give birth soon. I did not want Link to miss the birth of our first baby, so I'd shove it back up there if it dared come out.
Oh my god! The week seemed to go by quickly. And the day Link was to come home drew near. I was shit. What was that?
That was me. Don't mind it.
Oh, okay. You sent a message.
I sent a picture.
Yes. Oh my god. Is that an axe blade?
It's a shotgun axe. Yes.
Are those D20s on top?
Maybe. I don't know.
Look like D20s.
Oh, are they? Hold on. Nope. They're those are just shotgun shells.
Oh. Let's see. Yeah. I had spent the last few months with Princess Zelda making a welcome home, comrade celebration for our men returning home.
I think Russian Zelda is the best thing that has come out of this.
This is the only good thing that has come out of this. If we ever do another Legend of Zelda fanfiction, we need to make sure Russian Zelda stays.
Yeah, that's going to be a current thing. Or not current. That
Eternal.
If I ever draw
perpetual?
Zelda, it'll be in like
constant.
one of those yes.
Thank you.
If
That's the
ever
word I was
draw
looking
Zelda,
for.
I'm going to put her in one of those stereotypical Russian hats. Greetings,
Yes.
comrade, for the glory of Hyrule.
Ura!
On the day they returned, everyone in Hyrule attended to welcome home our men, and only our men, because for some reason, it was only men in the army. The crowd was huge. Everyone was crowded into Hyrule Market. I had even seen other wives waiting for their husbands, but no husbands waiting for their wives, for some fucking reason. I had a hard time getting around. My stomach was big, and when the baby kicked, it took it out of me. It took the baby out of you? The baby kicked its way out.
It's a chest popper.
The baby was, in fact, Chun-Li.
Oh boy.
So moving through the crowd was very difficult. As the knights began walking through the marketplace, I found a spot where I could wait. I could see and waited for... Fuck. Thank.
Wait. If they were telepathically connected, shouldn't that be like just over like an undisclosed amount of freaking
what's the distance? Yeah, what's our maximum range for this? That was never mentioned.
Yeah, no, it's like whatever. I watched as different legions went through. None of them links. Wait, there were multiple legions?
Yes.
What?
They did say that they did send more than one legion, I think.
And would be links. That was what was said.
Well, yes, but I mean, how can a legion like be defeated by Ganondorf?
Maybe he turned into Ganon.
Well, yeah, but that was after he got the Triforce, or did he have the Triforce of Power the whole time?
Ganon can only be defeated by specific things.
And one of those things was Link, and he was there, so...
One of those things is the Master Sword. You need someone with the Master Sword to take him down.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I felt his presence as I telepathically called to him. Yes, my love. Yes, my love. I will be there soon. I miss you too, he said to me in my mind. In my mind.
In my mind.
Then when the last legion came through, I spotted my husband at the lead. My face grew bright as I called out to him.
Oh my god, she's going supernova. She's going
as
to
he passed by, he smiled at me. Wait, I just realized why she said there was only wives waiting. Because then she would have broken her bond.
No, she's not alone in a room with them. She's in the marketplace. I guess so. Out in the open. It's a public space.
Touche. At that moment, I began to cry. I was so happy he was finally home. Or is that Sue happy since there's two O's?
So,
I was so happy he was finally home. I could not wait to be in his arms again. It had been such a long time, and I wanted to run to him and give him a hug.
Like a terrible
But I had some patience, so I tried to wait.
Well, that's a first.
Now.
No, you don't have patience.
There was a silence as the Kings produced a small red box. Why does that seem menacing? I moved in to get a closer look. When I got to the bottom of the stairs leading to the platform Link was on, hopefully she took those carefully, the king noticed me and told me to join them. Of course he did.
I think we skipped a line.
No. Oh. Oh, wait, yes, we did. I started reading Tom's paragraph. Whoops. The king was at the other end of the market. He welcomed home each of the knights as they passed by, individually. It took hours. I could not wait to be in his arms again. Wait, fuck. Some even got rewards for their bravery. I watched from the street as the king welcomed Link's legion of demons.
That's a lot of people.
There was a long pause when the Link called Link.
The king is just Link in a
Talk
king
about a link
disguise.
between worlds.
A link between links. The king called Link over to him. I watched to see if he was awarded anything.
There was a silence as the king produced a small red box. I moved in to get a closer look.
There's
When
a
I got to
DVD
the bottom of
rental.
the... Yeah, that'll work. When I got to the bottom of the stairs leading to the platform Link was on, the king noticed me and told me to join them.
Of course he did.
Since you are this brave man's wife, you may join him up here. As my eyes darted around the market, I noticed all eyes were on me. I got nervous, and the king noticed that. I mean, it's like the only thing that matters is that she's his wife, and just
That she's there.
yeah, I don't.
It's because of the fact that they're married that she's being awarded via extension. Link's queen,
I just-
who did
Sit the
a
fuck back down, Jenna.
Link's queen, who did a fantastic sporking that I will put in the description because everyone needs to read that. Referred to her as what's called as an entitlement sue, in which everything important in the story is handed over to her.
Yep, pretty much.
Oh,
Ocarina
daughter,
of
join your
Time.
husband up here to commemorate his bravery in the field of battle. My eyes darted around once more, then I slowly made my way up the wooden stairs and flipped everyone off as I got to the platform because they couldn't get up here with their husbands.
Yeah, what do they matter? They're not
Yeah.
the main character.
Just stupid. I hate this. I really hate this.
At one point, I almost tumbled, but the king caught me and helped me the rest of the way up.
I pushed my fingers into my eyes. It's the only way.
And I took a place
that
at Link's
slowly
side.
stops the pain.
This brave soldier
This
went above and
never
beyond the call
ends.
of duty in the field of battle. Holy shit, I actually am about to barf. He risked his own life to save his men. For that, I award this man the 8 Triforce of Valor.
Why
The
would
king
there
opened
be
up
a
the box
king?
and held the pin of a Triforce with 8 sides. Shut up, it makes sense. With a red bird behind the Triforce symbol. In one of the bird's claws was a bundle of arrows, and on each arrow was a Triforce. And the other was a lightning bolt that was also the Triforce. A small purple heart sat in the center of the Triforce symbol, which in turn had a small Triforce with a purple heart in the middle of the symbol.
That also had a Triforce that had a small purple heart, that had a Triforce that had a small purple heart, that had a Triforce that had a small purple heart, that had a Triforce that had a small purple heart, that had a Triforce that had a...
Oh, the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley. The bog down in the valley.
The king took the pin and placed it on Link's uniform. Then a cheering came from the crowd, and everybody clapped. As Link turned to look over everyone, he waved a couple times. Then turned his attention to me, because I was the only thing that mattered in this story. He took me into his arms and we kissed. More cheering came as we embraced. Then I looked into his eyes at a tear down my cheek. I missed you so much. I'm so glad that you're finally home, I said softly. Then I placed a hand on my belly, because of course I did. Because yeah, let's just do that stereotype. Our baby is going to be born soon. I was told any day now.
Then the baby suddenly popped out.
How convenient.
On stage. I took his hand and placed it on my stomach. Do you feel the baby kicking? I asked sweetly. After a minute,
right?
After a minute, he looked back at me and smiled. Yes, I can. At that moment, his eyes seemed to glow. He was about to self-immolate as happiness filled into them. What? And I knew he was happy to be home as happiness filled into his eyes. Whatever the fuck that means. He took me into his
It's not
arms.
happiness, it's the poison.
David, he just got back and she's already poisoning him.
He just got back. He wasn't able to take a piss break on the way there, and so he really has to take a piss, and he has just been holding it, and you could see it in his eyes. Oh, God. He took me into his arms again and held me close. I noticed out of the corner of my eye that the king was smiling. He was imagining us fucking. He knew that we were very happy together. Since Zelda had not yet married, he would have at least one daughter that wed.
Because that's all that matters.
Then somebody in the crowd was like, "Get on with it. There's more awards to give."
Get on with it.
That made the king happy. Since we wed, he had another heir to the throne. In the event that Princess Zelda does not take the throne, Link is next in line. What the fuck?
Fuck you.
Then I would not become.
Knife.
Then I would become queen. The king knew he was not getting any younger, but he felt at ease knowing there was another to be able to take the throne in the event that Zelda does not, though this did not change Link and I, but we had to groom ourselves in the event that Link would become king and I queen. I love the king and he become like a father to me, but I was in become queen, though I knew that day may eventually come.
Great.
Kill yourself.
Burn in hell.
I'm just going to put a little
Let's steal her with Ganondorf.
I'm going to put a little feel-good image in the chat. Just a nice little feel-good image.
As Link and I walked through the street, the crowd cheered as we passed by, mostly because we were finally off the damn stage. Link was very beloved by the people of Hyrule, but for some reason everyone thought he was kind of slow. Physically, not mentally. Everyone in Hyrule owed Link his or her life. He saved them all, but now they were glad that Link had taken a wife.
For some
Not
reason,
really,
that's
because
all
his wife
that
was
mattered.
a bitch. When our baby was born, everyone in Hyrule will want to bless the baby of the hero of the time, because that's all that mattered. Another to carry on his or her father's legend.
When we arrived back home, all the Kokiri were there to greet us with our fairies Lily and Navi.
You're finally home. I missed you, Link.
Navi squealed as she flew over to him.
You were really missed,
she said as she flew around her blue aura brightened. I missed you too, Navi, said no one ever. Link said as he smiled at her.
Jen and I really missed you too,
Lily said as she flew in front of me.
Link. Hey, Link.
Mm-hmm.
What's weird is that
the girl's voice.
The image you just posted, Zane, is probably the most wholesome one you've done so far.
Yeah. It's making my omnicidal thoughts calm, and that's a good thing. A girl's voice called from behind the crowd. Then Saria came running through the crowd because why the fuck not? And up to him. I missed you a lot too, Link. How are you? Saria said as her eyes lit up at the sight of him. We're so glad you're home. Jen spent a lot of time with us while you're away because she's all that matters. Just then something caught her eye. What is that on your uniform? Saria asked as she gently fingered the pin on Link's uniform.
Oh,
It's called the Triforce of Valor. The king awarded this to me for my bravery in the field of battle, Link said with pride. A loud wow came from the crowd as Link showed everyone. They just saw this.
Also, it's amazing that his time in the war had no effect on his mental state.
Oh, Link, that is so wonderful. You must be so proud of him, Saria said as she looked at me. I'm getting some, really jealous vibes from Saria in this. I mean, I don't know if the author meant that, but just freaking...
If I were upstaged by some Sue bitch.
Yeah, Saria said as she looked at me. Yes, I am, but I'm just glad to have him home again, I said, blushing. Then we had a small celebration to celebrate Link's return home. Because redundancy.
We had a small feast, and then we danced and drank. Around midnight, everyone went home because everyone's not really good at partying that late. And Link and I were left alone. In the middle of a party, we had to clean up ourselves because everyone ditched us.
I would.
We told Lily and Navi that we were going to the pond out back to have a swim. In the nude.
Not sure why you
And
need to point that out.
The night air was warm, perfect for swimming. Almost like it's the day in the summer, but it's not. Shut up. We went to our special little pond, because only we know about it, because only we matter. Once there, we took off our clothes. I knew it, and went to the cool water.
I think.
Oh yeah, skinny dipping.
We splashed and played around in the water for a while until my water broke.
Oh my
Then I
god.
looked into Link's eyes. They were glowing under the moonlight. He still hadn't got to pee yet. I went to his arms and felt his body against mine. Then he gently pressed his lips on mine, kissing me deeply. It had been such a long time since we kissed like this. I have only been able to practice this on the horse. We kissed even deeper, our tongues finding their ways into each other's mouths. Or each other's mouth, so they just share one mouth.
It's a single
I felt his hands caressing my body, felt the connections between us growing stronger, ran my hands down his back as he moved his lips to my neck. I felt his heart begin to beat faster, heard his thoughts in my mind. Oh yeah, they're telepathically connected.
Oh, that's healthy.
Which again, the range was never specified.
I wanted him so bad. Wanted to feel him. It had been such a long time since we made love.
Because that's all that matters.
I whispered in his ear that I wanted him, that I wanted to feel him. And I heard him in my mind, heard him say that he wanted me too. It sounded like, ah! I felt the heat of our bodies, felt his hands touching me, felt them caressing my body. Oh god, what did you just put?
Just keep reading. Just keep reading. Ignore it.
I don't know if we can ignore that.
Ignore Hitler feeding Curvy Wit cream and just keep reading. Ignore it.
He's not joking. That's literally the picture he posted.
So yeah. Draw your own TP and like.
Why does Hitler have the anime blush?
Because he's feeding his waifu, Kirby.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, this is what I need to support myself after the mental damage I'm going to receive from this.
The urge to kill a planet has just subsided in me, so good job.
I started to breathe faster as my heart was beating in unison with his. Then I felt him quivering against me as he slowly penetrated my awakened body.
Your voice, man.
Should I keep reading the sex scenes in that voice?
Do it.
Yeah.
The intensity of it raced through my body, raced through my bones. It had been a long time since I felt this feeling. As we made love, I felt our connection become full. I felt as our bodies merged, we became one. Even more so when we both came to a full climax. I screamed out as I felt him release his essence deep inside me. We needed that picture. We needed that picture.
Then I put my lips to his long, sexy, pointed ear and whispered words of passion to him before sweetly licking and nibbling on it. I heard him moaning softly.
Ear fetish.
I heard him moaning softly as I caressed his ear with my lips and his body with my hands. I was so glad to finally be in his arms again, to be able to feel him. I had longed for this day, longed to make love to him. Now my dreams had come true. He was finally.
And that's a wrap. Oh,
thank
Oh, good.
God.
I'm about to actually, throw up, and I was hoping we'd stop. No, I think I've actually got sick from something. Either this or something I ate.
the fucking picture.
I think that's the strength we needed to push through the rest of this.
I saw that picture and it was just like,
Oh,
yep. That is what we
immediately
need.
just. How is it possible that Hitler looks adorable?
Because it's so innocent. In this
So
one.
goddamn weird.
I hope you can show this to them because this is like, I mean, maybe you shouldn't because I don't know who drove this, and we should probably give them proper credit. But
you should give artists proper credit.
yeah, but I don't know
Yeah.
where this. I just found this one day because somebody else posted it, and I don't know where the hell they got it.
Okay.
Picture of a much better Jinko.
That's I like that a lot.
Hitler or the Jinko?
Right. All right, boys. Should we sign off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Llytic.
I'm Tom.
And I'm.
And Zane
I
just
think you
left.
really just signed off. All right. That's enough.
And we'll see you next time. Bye. God damn it, Zane.